After many long days of treatment in the hospital, Hùng was finally able to return home. That afternoon, Hoài Ca had no idea he was about to appear. As she stood in the yard, he quietly approached her from behind and gently covered her eyes. His voice, deep and warm, still carried a faint tremble from the exhaustion of the past days. He slowly turned her around. The moment Hoài Ca opened her eyes, she saw Hùng, flesh and blood, standing right there, smiling warmly. Before she could react, Hùng leaned in and gave her a soft kiss, gentle yet filled with all the love and unspoken promises he had carried for so long. "I promise. From now on, I will take care of you and Tony the way you deserve. No more days of you enduring everything alone." Hoài Ca stood, frozen tears gently streaming down her cheeks. Will Hùng be able to keep that promise? Will their love truly overcome the trials that lie ahead? Leave a like and subscribe to the channel to keep following this emotional journey where promises are proven over time. 2 days had passed since Hùng was admitted to the hospital. Yet there hadn't been a single call, not even a message for Hoài Ca. Her phone sat silently on the table, its screen blank, so still that it made the entire house feel cold and distant. Each morning, Hoài Ca opened her eyes with a flicker of hope, longing for a call bearing good news. But all she was met with was silence. The more she waited, the heavier her heart became, each beat echoing with a growing sense of unease. Deep down, Hoài Ca feared one thing. Was Hùng hiding something from her? She recalled the moment before he went to the hospital, his strained smile, the way he avoided her gaze, and that unusually tight hug. All those little details now surfaced with piercing clarity, making her wonder. Was his condition more serious than he had let on? Those thoughts came crashing down like waves, pulling her deeper into a storm of anxiety. But Hoài Ca knew she couldn't fall apart. Tony, their little boy still growing, still needed her. Work awaited. Bills and responsibilities continued to pile up day after day. And yet a cold whisper echoed in a corner of her heart. Something is being hidden. She remembered the time Hùng accidentally revealed a medical report before quickly tucking it away. She remembered the look in his eyes when he said, "I'm fine." A look that spoke louder than words, holding a truth he was trying to bury. The second day dragged on heavy and slow. Every hour, every minute seemed to stretch endlessly. Hoài Ca wondered, will there be news tomorrow? Will he call me tomorrow? She still had to live, still had to go to work, still had to care for Tony like a machine running on routine. But deep inside, her heart was counting every second, waiting. Just waiting for that one ringtone that might carry good news from Hùng. Will tomorrow bring a change, or will the silence linger on? Leaving behind a growing crack in her heart. That afternoon, Hoài Ca was still quietly working in the small kitchen corner of Mrs. Bay's house. As she worked, she also took the chance to label batches of dried goods to bring to the market the next morning. The house was silent, only the rustling of paper and her faint sighs echoed gently, blending with the slow rhythm of time. On her face, weariness and worry were clearly etched. It had been 3 days since Hùng was hospitalized, and still not a single message, not a single call, no sign to let her know he was okay. Each time her hands paused, memories of Hùng would flood her mind, his pale face, that tight embrace before heading to the hospital, and the way his eyes avoided hers, as if he were hiding something. Hoài Ca sighed. She knew she had to keep going, to keep working to provide for Tony. But deep down, her heart was still holding out for a ringtone, a message, any signal at all from Hùng. Just then, a faint sound broke the stillness, the distant hum of a motorbike. At first, she thought someone was just passing by, but the sound grew louder, unmistakably approaching Mrs. Bay's gate. She furrowed her brow slightly, an unfamiliar feeling rising inside her, part anticipation, part confusion. The engine cut off. Silence for a few seconds. Then came the sound of footsteps on the gravel path leading to the yard. Hoài Ca remained bent over her work hands, busy labeling, unaware of the figure drawing closer. The door creaked softly open, and a man stepped inside, thin, but with warm eyes. It was Hùng. He stood still for a few moments, drawing a deep breath. It wasn't the house that felt unfamiliar, but the moment itself, the reunion after days of silence, left him unsure how to begin. Then he made a decision. To surprise her, he slowly approached from behind, each step quiet and careful, so he wouldn't startle her. When he was just a few steps away, he gently placed his hands over her eyes. Startled, Hoài Ca dropped the label in her hand. "Who is it?" she exclaimed, her voice a mix of surprise and slight fear. She reached up to remove the hands, lightly struggling, her heart racing. A soft chuckle came from beside her ear. "Guess who?" That voice, deep, warm, familiar, froze her in an instant. Her hand stopped midair. Hùng, he slowly let go. As light returned to her vision, the image of Hùng came into clear focus right before her. No longer just a blurry memory, no longer a desperate hope. He was really here, flesh and blood. Hoài Ca stood stunned for a moment before tears welled up and spilled down her cheeks. You're really back. Why didn't you call me? Why did you stay silent all these days? I was so worried." Her voice trembled, breaking into sobs. Hùng gently smiled. He reached out to wipe away her tears, then pulled her into his arms. That embrace, warm and steady, melted away every fear she had carried for days. "I'm sorry," Hùng whispered into her ear. "I just didn't want you to worry anymore. It was just a bit of exhaustion. The doctor said I needed a few days of rest. I've been taking medicine, and I'm feeling much better now. But why didn't you tell me? Why did you go silent like that?" Hoài Ca cried, both upset and relieved. "I wanted this moment to be a surprise. I wanted you to see me with your own eyes, healthy and safe, not just hear empty reassurances over the phone." Hoài Ca held him tighter, the tension in her chest finally dissolving. Hùng gently stroked her hair, and the warmth radiating from him brought her a sense of peace she hadn't felt in days. "I promise, from today on, there will be no more days where you wait in silence. I'll take care of you, and take care of Tony, just as you both deserve." Mrs. Bay stepped out from inside the house, surprise and joy lighting up her face. "Oh, Hùng, is that you? You're discharged already? Goodness, you've lost so much weight." Hùng bowed his head respectfully. His voice was still a bit weak, but full of sincerity. "Hello, Grandma. I'm back. Thank you for helping Hoài Ca take care of Tony these past few days." He smiled gently, a quiet happiness glimmering in his eyes. "The little boy with the sore leg the other day." can walk again now. The reunion touched Mrs. Bay deeply. She nodded, smiling kindly, and quietly went back into the house, leaving the space to the young couple. Hùng and Hoài Ca sat down on the porch where an old wooden bench held years of memories. The late afternoon breeze carried with it the sweet scent of ripe longan, filling each breath with quiet comfort. Yet Hoài Ca was still anxious. Even with Hùng right in front of her, something inside her heart remained unsettled. Are you really better now? I just want you to be healthy. Everything else can wait. Hùng took her hand. Though his hand was still thin, he held hers firmly with a grip full of quiet determination. Looking straight into her eyes, his voice was slow but steady. I'm all right now, Ca. Just a bit of exhaustion. The doctor told me a few days of rest and I'd be fine. Please don't worry about me too much. He hesitated for a moment, then continued. While I was in the hospital, I tried to work out everything. And I finally managed to pay off almost all of the old debts. Just a little more left. I want you to hang in there for a few more days. Then I'll take you and Tony home, to the place that belongs to us. Hearing this, Hoài Ca bowed her head. Money was never her main concern. There was only one thing that truly mattered to her, Hùng health. I'm just afraid your condition might return. I don't need wealth or riches. I only need you to stay with me and our son. Hùng smiled. There was something both gentle and resolute in his eyes. I promise, no matter what, I'll protect you and Tony. From now on, there will be no more days where you're left worrying alone. Those words made Hoài Ca's heart tremble. All the confusion, all the misunderstandings, all the silent fears built up over the past few days seemed to dissolve in that single moment. Hùng gently pulled her into his arms. In that embrace, Hoài Ca could hear his heartbeat slow but strong. He leaned down and placed a warm kiss on her lips. It wasn't long, nor rushed, just long enough for both of them to feel that after everything they still had each other. Nearby, Tony looked up at his parents and giggled. The little boy didn't understand the complexities of adulthood, but his pure joy made the moment feel even more complete. Having finally released the burden in her heart, Hoài Ca suddenly remembered the baskets of longan still waiting to be delivered. She stood up, wiped her tears, and looked at Hùng. Hey, can you help me take these longan baskets to the market? Let's sell them off and get home before dark. Hùng nodded right away, a smile still lingering at the corner of his lips. Of course. Let me help. From now on, we'll do everything together. Together, they loaded the ripe baskets of longan onto the motorbike. On the path to the market, the evening breeze rustled through the bamboo trees. The sunset cast a golden glow across the road, illuminating the shadows of the three of them on the old motorbike, a peaceful, vibrant picture of life. Along the way, Hoài Ca gently rested her head on Hùng shoulder. For the first time in days, she felt calm and at peace. And Hùng, he silently vowed in his heart, I'll keep my promise. No matter how hard it gets, I must keep my promise. But will that promise truly hold will? The challenges ahead allow them to have peace? Or is something still waiting on the distant horizon? The answer, only time can reveal. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel to continue following this emotional journey where love, family, and promises will be tested by time.
Sau bao ngày xa cách, cuối cùng thì cuộc hội ngộ định mệnh cũng đã đến. Hoài Ca đã gặp lại Hùng. tim cô như vỡ òa trong niềm vui sướng, hạnh phúc như trào dâng trong từng hơi thở. Nhưng rồi xen giữa những cảm xúc ấy lại là một mộng mơ hồ, ký ức về quá khứ vẫn chưa trở lại, tựa như một bản nhạc quen thuộc xóa đi phần lời, chỉ còn giai điệu lặng lẽ ngân vang trong gió tâm trí. Hùng đứng trước Hùng, người đàn ông từng là một phần không thể thiếu trong cuộc đời cô, và ta vẫn chưa thể tìm thấy sự thân quen. Cô cảm thấy dè chừng, như thể giữa hai người vẫn còn một bức màn ngăn cách vô hình, những gần lạ lẫm. Những câu chuyện cô không thể nhớ khiến cô càng thêm lạc lõng trong chính thế giới đã từng là của mình. Hiện tại Hoài Ca đang sống cùng gia đình bà Bảy, một gia đình ấm áp giản dị nhưng tràn trề tình thương. Ngôi nhà tuy không rộng lớn nhưng lúc nào cũng ấm cúng, tất cả thật như một bức tranh đời thường bình yên mà Hoài Ca cảm thấy biết ơn khoảnh khắc để ở trong đó.